life every day. We wake up programmed to get that paper, go slaving. What's the play, bruh? Oh, you trying to buy a house? And what you say, sis? Oh, you trying to screw him now? Yeah, y'all talking about. You don't even know, just tune into that television. Let them lie to us, now we living out they vision. Man, it's twisted not to mention niggas screaming they be woken every way. Hand out, waiting for a semi for the play. But who am I to say how the game is played? Conscious conversate, that's what we having today. Maybe we can elevate and find some better ways. The choice is yours, cause either way, I'ma say.
So, this is my disclaimer. All this shit is alleged. These are my factual opinion. I don't believe anything I'm saying. So, you can go argue with yourself in the comments. Peace. The Elephant in the Room podcast, factual opinion podcast. That means these are my opinions on so-called facts. And today, I don't know. I just feel a certain type of way. But I gotta learn to get out my body. Cause fuck that shit at the end of the day.
Correct.
It's human shit.
That's it.
But I got one of my partners in crime in the hive.
Eugene, BlackNerdNinja Willis, aka Indie Boxcar Records, aka Indie Boxcar Media. Feel good.
And I don't know. It's pretty outside.
Yep.
I could be somewhat cooking pork chops on the grill.
That's one of those days for it.
Without my mask on.
That's one of them days for it.
Cause that shit get weirder and weirder, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, remember we talked about that video. Remember I was telling you about that video where one was a security guard, and he was hitting people with the stick. And
with the big dude?
Big dude, yeah. See, my issue with that, I get it. It's like that meme came out, hey man, congratulations if you got the shot, congratulations, but don't be downplaying people who didn't get the shot, some of that nature. So it's getting to the point now where now you can't bully people into doing something. So that's where we start crossing lines, when we start trying to bully people and try to make them, you know what I'm saying?
Cause what's the shit they say with the abortion, my body, my choice, right?
Correct. See,
what happened to that?
Right. Because once again, it's a slippery slope. Because once you start, I always say this right here: the world like to open up all these doors. One day, someone gonna come across there. Well, hey man, you said okay to all this other stuff.
But that's I think that's all they doing is priming people up and getting comfortable with something that they can't wrap their minds around at this moment.
Correct.
So the smaller little increments of things that they bring into the game, we stop worried about it. It just becomes the usual.
Yeah.
Like if I ain't mistaken, I seen Chinese news and shit, and them people been wearing masks over there for whatever reason.
Correct.
And it did never cross my mind to ask why. It's China. Everywhere is different.
Yeah. Well, think about it. It's a bunch of cultures. Like in certain Muslim cultures, depending on like location wise, right? They wear the full, you know what I'm saying, the one wear the full veil, you know. I don't know what it's called, so there ain't no despair. I don't know what it's called. All back. I'm just trying to say, in certain places they wear the veil.
I'm saying these people was wearing like the regular mask that people wearing now, like just a little throw on the mask in China.
Yep.
And it never dawned on me to say why are they wearing masks over there?
Yeah, why they wearing masks?
And then I was listening to a nigga the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and the nigga say when he went to London and Russia and shit,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, you know, it's maximum niggas over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's niggas over there.
Yeah. Yep.
And you would think through the media
Mm-hmm.
that those places are majority something else.
Correct. That's good marketing.
So that makes me think, since I ain't done that much traveling,
Mm-hmm.
that it's more of we ain't the minority on the planet.
Correct. And
But the minority controls it.
Mm-hmm.
But keeping us separated by nation,
Yep.
by city, by this and by that, it's easier to control smaller groups of people.
Yeah, because you gotta keep in mind, like, even when it comes to like using a word like minority, right? Because once upon a time it was urban, and urban. We used to think urban was like in reference to blacks, or reference to like your different ethnicities. Not
That's what they say.
That's what
so they won't.
say.
So
But
they, without saying niggas, they say urban.
But urban really is if you lived in the suburbs, city, yep, city areas, yep.
That's urban.
That's urban.
And outside of that is suburban.
Yeah. So we gotta stop grasping onto all these different terminology, all the different vernacular that people just throw out there. Because you gotta keep in mind, the internet lets anybody say anything they want. But if you're not fact checking, you're not researching, or if you haven't been, if you just take it all in and just take it for face value, you're gonna find yourself in trouble, because you just can't. You gotta research the information that's been given out. Man, I went down the rabbit hole on a lot of information and just be like, well, okay, that sounds like this. Oh, that sounds like that. Well, that's not really a thing. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta start researching. We gotta start breaking this stuff down and stop just saying, hey man, hey man, if you feel like your tax form right now, you go get your PPP. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't got no company. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I've been checking up on that because if they giving money away right now,
Correct.
I'm sure it's something that comes with it.
Correct. But you know what come with it though?
A shackle.
Mm-hmm. But not think about it like this. So in basic economics, right? You go get this loan, but when the bill come due for 2021 taxes, now you got to prove what you did with all this money.
Okay, but some of it is what it called forgivable.
Let me tell you something.
What that mean?
Yeah, some of it forgivable,
Like
right?
25 or less.
Correct. But still, people forget you still gonna have to prove. Let's say you get 50,000. Okay, 25 forgivable.
So yeah, 58.
25 forgivable. Where the other money go?
Gas.
You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta have that paper trail. Yeah, that paper trail. So yeah, you can get it. Yeah, go get it. Like I'm like not knocking it, because I know people got businesses, got stuff. I get it. Go get it. If you need to go get it. Not knocking it, but I'm just saying be mindful, because everything has a price. It's gonna come 2021 taxes. They will say, hey, what you do with this?
My thing is, okay, the banks basically just took all the money, right? Because you put your money in there,
Correct.
and they don't want you to have it.
Yep.
Because they loaning it. So after a while, if you understand that they just print money now,
Yep.
you the money that they passing out ain't the real money. They already stole all that shit. So all this is the trick. So my thing is, why are they just giving money away now?
Why they just
like
giving?
We been having to play the game. Why we ain't got to play it now? Why they giving shit away?
Why they giving all this money away?
What's coming with that?
Why they give all this money away? And that's been the I said the other day, I said the world is ran by those who used to get bullied, and those who used to, like, all the all the weird kids. I'm in this boat too. All the weird kids, all the nerds and whatnot. Because now, people who didn't have a voice back then have a voice now. So it's not necessarily, it's not necessarily about one, like, so it's not about president. Your president is just a figurehead, period, right? Your president ain't gonna do, they do stuff, but come on. So everybody with an agenda who has the resources to back up their agenda, you see what I'm saying?
My nigga. And I just was telling my cousin the other day, I was like, people paying so much, I ain't gonna say paying so much attention, because if they watching TV, then it is what it is. That's the one-eyed monster.
Yep.
But if they watching their TV, they paying attention to the elections and the presidency and whatnot. When, as you just said, he a figurehead.
Correct.
If he even the president for real, because I ain't seen this nigga in the White House. Look at that shit. Watch. But
Yeah.
why the fuck? What the nigga name? With all the money, Bill Gates calling all the shots.
Got the resources.
He got enough money to fund the soap opera.
Correct. See, I like to refer to it as resources, because a good friend of mine, we were talking about it. He's like,
well, yeah, resources.
Resources,
because money is a farce.
Because if we had the resources, we could do the same thing. But we choose.
But the resources come from the trick of the money.
Correct. But now think about it like this. Think about it. So let's keep it simple, right? So think about like your black businesses. Let's just keep it simple. If every black businesses came together, or the black nation, as we like to call, it came together and said, "Hey, man, we're gonna pull our resources together. We don't make a move, and like we're on one accord. If they don't do this, we don't do this." That's how stuff gets done. That goes back to your episodes. I think the episode was last week, or the episode was on business. See, we don't want to get into business, because that's all that we negotiate now. You can't just come and clear out a whole plot of land.
No, we under illusion that this is not business. That
this
we
is
really
business, man.
Have a voice and our vote counts and all that
Correct.
shit.
But you ain't got no resource. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah. To a certain degree, yeah, it counts. I mean, I guess it counts. I mean,
like
you know what I'm
1,
saying?
2, 3.
But if you ain't got no resources, because why would they? Why would you have to raise? Why would someone have to raise money for their campaign? It takes resources. Like, it's not rocket science. It takes resources. Why does the president have to raise a certain amount of money to even be considered? It takes resources. Now, if I put my money into you, now I can walk. Depending on how much I put in.
That's my vote.
Yeah, I can make a phone call, or I can stop by the White House, or I can say, "Hey, show up here."
And that's who has the influence.
That's who has the influence, and it's not a good or bad thing. It's just we got to get
business.
practical. It's business. America is business.
Yeah, and they play off of our emotions, because we emotional people.
Yep.
They show us shit on TV. They show us shit on the internet because they know we gon' get emotional about shit, and we looking at the shit like, you don't know them people.
Don't know them at all.
So why you getting so emotionally invested? Yeah, that's fucked up that they did them like that. But it's people down the street that you don't care about. What if it was them on the thing? Would you be emotionally invested? Because you don't even like them.
I can do you one better. There's people that sing house with you that you don't care nothing about.
Facts.
But we wanna run and save everybody else.
My nigga, it ain't even about running and saving everybody else, because niggas ain't doing shit but crying and shit and getting on the internet and being aware of what's going on. Cool, we know that shit. What the fuck we gonna do about it?
And that's on the lane line, you know, because we go down that rabbit hole with the conspiracy theories and all that good stuff, and we go down the rabbit hole with we gather all this information. At some point in time, the information starts to sound the same. It gets redundant. It ain't new to you. It ain't refreshing, so you ain't seen that new. So what that means is it's time for some action now, because now it's just a pattern. Life is a pattern, so you're gonna see the same thing over and over again. So now it's time for action. So you go to that point, it's time for some action now. If you're not gonna do like me and my wife was conversation, I tell her, like, look here, I said, we all connected. Whether you want to be or don't want to be, we all connected. Period. And I cannot. Love is correcting someone. If I say I love you, that means I'm going to correct you too. Like, we don't have to come say, "Will you correct me?" You know what I'm saying? Or even other friends that correct me. So if I see you about to go astray, about to go out here and do something crazy, and I done crash and burn that area, or I have some type of knowledge in the area, or I know examples of that, I'm gonna let you know, like, man, don't do that, man. Don't do that. Like, you
From experience.
From experience. Like, we don't have to say, like, you say, man, pay default. You say, pay default, man. Stop just letting them pay default. You know what I'm saying? Because we get so caught in the business world. It's all about the bottom line. It's all about taking care of home, the house, for say. So I was so used to taking care of the house, meaning just selfish. Just get 1,000, just being selfish. Take care of the brand, take care of this, take care of that. That we forget about the humanity that goes into it, and we done got away from that. So that's a lot of the problem, and then we don't want to be accountable.
No.
We want to be accountable.
No.
We can't even show for kids that we got on the other side of town. Let me stop.
That's what it is.
We can't show for kids on the other side of town.
We don't respect shit.
Don't respect nothing. Don't respect nothing.
We respect. It ain't even respect. We just call it respect.
Mm-hmm.
It's fear.
Yeah.
We're afraid to be held in a certain light.
Mm-hmm.
So we do shit like we follow shit because we don't want to be the one that did it.
Correct.
And everybody looking at us like, why you didn't do it?
Mm-hmm.
Not that we necessarily agree or even give a fuck about
Correct.
it. So that goes back to doing business.
Mm-hmm.
How are we gonna do business with each other? We don't really respect shit.
Mm-hmm. No
Like,
value.
I was talking to my cousin last night, telling him sometimes you want to support your friends and your family's business.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe what they're offering is not a service you need.
Mm-hmm.
Now you may be doing it because that's your friend,
Mm-hmm.
and you paying for the service, but you don't need it.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And the only reason you doing that is because they your friend, and if you don't do it, they gonna
Mm-hmm.
side eye you,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like emotional extortion.
Yep. No.
You shouldn't expect your friends and family to support your business if you're not providing services they need.
Correct. Or that they even into.
You asking them to waste their energy on your thing when you need to be selling to the people that want that.
Correct.
So
Correct.
take the emotion out of it and tell your cousin, I don't need that shit. And if you don't like the product when you use it, how you gonna tell somebody else to fuck with that?
Yep. See, I mean, the key thing you just said, the emotion, man. Because even when you're saying that, I can think on many occasions. You know what I'm saying? Because I do IT, and I do all these other things that within our community, we don't really. We'll break a computer and just let it sit for a long period of time. But in other communities, they'll, hey man, can you come fix this? And so when I do things, I don't expect anything from my friend circle. You do it, you don't, cool. And people always say, well, why you don't tag me in this? Why you don't? I said, because you don't care. I said, let's not be coy about it. You don't care.
Yeah.
Because if you cared, you wouldn't be hitting me up. Because you know how to go. When your next show? I just advertise a show. When the next time you work on some computers? I just put a video about computers. When the next time you gonna design a logo? I got a whole website for all that.
Knowing don't nobody give a fuck about what I'm doing.
Nobody care.
I gotta understand it and not be emotional.
Not
about
be emotional.
It's easy to get emotional, especially when you know a motherfucker.
Correct.
Now, when you doing business and it's black and white and y'all signing paper and exchanging money and products, you don't know them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If an invoice or order come through your email, you don't know who it is, but you know it's a legitimate email. They place their order, you fill the order.
Yep.
If they send it back and say they didn't like it, is you gonna go knock on their door?
Yep.
So you got to be comfortable with that part, because don't nobody give a fuck about what you doing.
Don't nobody care about what you doing. They may in their heart want to support. That's the real thing.
Because that's supposedly the right thing to do.
But if you don't care nothing about, if I'm about to, because I'm about to put together a Linux like a workshop. If you don't care nothing about no Linux workshop,
I don't even know what that is.
Don't even know what it is, and you try to come up in there talking about, well, I'm just here to support. It ain't gonna do you no good though, because that's not the workshop. The workshop is not designed for you to come and support. It's designed for you to come and learn something. And if you have no interest in it, it ain't gonna do you no good. All you're gonna do is take a room for somebody else that could have been in that space. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's cool, yeah, but you can sit in here. You don't need to be out there. You know what I'm saying? But we throw that you supposed to though, cause Mama them told us that you supposed to support your brother. Well, let me tell you something. My brother ain't doing stuff on time, and I gotta wait all year, like you said last week. I gotta wait all year for this and this. I can't support him. You know what I'm saying? So it comes down to that. That's supposed to the entitlement. When we're when was I entitled to break my neck to go out my way to come support something that I don't even believe in? It ain't that you got bad product.
It's some of these entertainers.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I ain't gonna say they get the easiest money, but they get a lot of them get them lump sum.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't necessarily start at ground
Correct.
Entry level.
I'm with you.
And build up.
10
years later, they
mm-hmm.
up top. It's like they come in the game on fire. They get $40 million for a couple years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if they get hurt or they retire, they like broke like 5 years later. Because they get that money
mm-hmm.
and they buy their mama house and they go get
mm-hmm.
them a big mansion and they got $40 million
mm-hmm.
rolling in.
Mm-hmm.
And they go and get their agents
Yep.
that come from the same system.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't get their agents and shit, you won't see endorsements and this and
mm-hmm.
that. So you got to get the agent so you can get the money,
mm-hmm.
so you can go fuck it off. Then they're going to take you to their realtors,
mm-hmm.
and you're going to buy property where they want you to buy property.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to spend your money where they want you to spend the money that they gave you.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody taking that $40 million and going to buy their neighborhood and keeping the money circulating right there.
That's key.
And so it's hard to be like, well, I'm going to support black businesses when it ain't all the way black anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You got a business in a building that you leasing
mm-hmm.
on property somebody else own.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, it's in they same little system and it's their money, and until it turns into segregation
mm-hmm.
and we got our own currency, then we playing their game, and the way they game go. Ain't no emotions, ain't no love, ain't no my brother.
Look, when you just said that word, segregation, you already know that's a hot button word. Why? Because people view it as like, oh, that's a bad thing. But if you listen to the elders talk about segregation, they said that's the worst thing that ever happened to us. Because you came out once upon a time, we had all that. We had all that all over. It was all I always tell the kids I mentor, whoever. We once had a black civilization, like a legit black civilization from the very beginning, right? All they did was resold your civilization back to you. That's all you. When you go to university, all this, you just paying to get your stuff back. You literally got robbed and say, "Hey man, here your TV back." Yeah, that can be $500. That's
right.
it.
What if it ain't black and white with the
mm-hmm.
segregation? What if the segregation was? We over here don't want to be a part of that over there.
Correct.
No skin color involved.
We
over here don't fuck with that.
Yeah.
We tired of that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like how it works because we always get the shit end of the stick, and all we learn how to do is be slaves.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna do something different over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody gonna have to play their part.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it gotta be some kind of structure.
Because you gotta keep out like, and then we got to change the narrative on all these words. Words are made up. Everybody makes up their own words. Words are made up. Every word is something that I make up words all the time, right? So even with segregation, we gotta, like you just said, take that bite out of it. Say, hey man, look, I just don't want to. I ain't never been a woman, so I'm not going into a Rainbow trying to shop. And yeah, they may have men stuff there, but I'm not going to. I don't shop at Rainbow. I don't. There's nothing in Rainbow that I want. Not knocking Rainbow. Ain't got that. I don't. I have no reason to be in Rainbow.
How about this? I don't even know what's in Rainbow. Because I don't care what's in Rainbow. Because I'm trying to get... I already know what I want and where it's at. So I don't need Rainbow.
I don't need Rainbow. But it's a problem, though. Because Rainbow going to say, well, why you don't need me? Because there's nothing...
Because I'm already all right.
I'm already all right. And once again, it's still... And it goes back to that whole... Why is it such a problem for you to know what you want?
It's a problem because I can't control you if I don't control the narrative, and that includes me telling you what you want. You don't get to say what you want. I gotta get it in your mind that you're making your own choices. When I'm really giving you choices.
I'm really laying out. And I'm limiting it.
Yeah, because either one of these that you pick is still me controlling the narrative.
My wife asked me one time, she said, why you don't want to wash dishes? I said, why would I want to wash dishes? I said, you want me to wash dishes?
Who wants to wash dishes?
I said, I don't find it fun.
I mean, it might need to be done, but who wants it?
Right? It needs to be done. But why would I want to wash dishes? I mean, I get it, but why it ain't something I want to do. But you should want to. Why? Why would I want to? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because you want to keep stuff clean. Yeah. So, wash it. And it'll be clean. And I didn't have to do it.
Right.
But controlling the narrative is central.
That's it. But that's what we got to, once again, that's what we got to do now, though. Because that's all we're experiencing now, man, is just good marketing from 1970, 1980, 1960s. 1990s, you know what I'm saying? So all that's just good marketing. I think now we're finally getting some sense by ourselves. But now everybody, I don't say everybody because I don't know everybody. Now people are getting information, and they're not properly using it.
That's because it's more accessible.
And so when they learn,
like applying it,
they're not applying it correctly in a healthy way. In a healthy way, meaning, like we just said, like I spoke about Black Civilization. When I read Black Civilization, I didn't read it so that I can walk into my office and be like, I hate all white people. That's not why I'm reading it. I'm reading it so that I can say, hey, here's what we fell short at. Let me fix this now within my own community, within my own self, whatever the case may be. That's why we study history. That's why we look at history. All we're doing now as a whole is just repeating history and just trying to put a little twist on it. Because you're not better off. All Americans not better off now.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Just re-wrapped up. You in a loop and don't even know it.
I was talking to somebody and they was like, man, see, it's and we was talking about that bank shit and how you gonna use your card, the ATM charge and the bank charge shit. Like, man, like slavery, man. Like, they won't let you. Like, my brother sold his house. They wouldn't let him get his money out. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yep.
Who that?
Yep.
So he was like, I'm like, no, that's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
If you ain't in control of it,
that's it.
Because if you think about it, it's only one reason people get up and go to work every day. Because Master said so. They scared to create on their own. They don't want to be locked out.
I think
they don't want to. They don't want to get out of the cage and be outside the cage by themselves. I'd rather be in the cage with everybody else, man.
Yeah, but a lot of people, because I find this even with someone I know, a lot of people just, it's comfortable.
In captivity.
In captivity, it's comfortable. Because you know
why it's comfortable?
Why it's comfortable?
Because they had nothing to compare it to. Mm-hmm. It's all they know.
That's all they know.
And they can't wrap their mind around the fact that this ain't all.
This ain't all, man. You gotta keep in mind, like, before the pandemic, all we did was, all the world did was go to work, go home, go to work, go home. Remember, we heard it all the time, like, people, all I do is go work, go home. All I do is go work, go home. All I do is go work, go home. Pandemic hit, boom. Now you at home. With reality.
Yeah, but they sending you checks.
Yeah.
Some people's at home getting paid to work from home, or just getting paid for paid vacation.
Yeah. They also got to keep in mind, some people were at home and they actually had to sit with themselves.
Boy, that was beautiful.
No, so they had to sit with whoever their spouse was, who their friend, roommates.
Ain't enough distractions in the house to get you away from you. Because
YouTube gets old, Netflix get old, Amazon Prime, all that stuff gets old. Because after a while, you gonna have to sit down and we're gonna have to have a conversation. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna have to have a conversation, and then I'm really gonna figure out who I'm in cahoots with. You see what I'm saying? I was hearing a while back here, like, people got divorced within 2020. It ain't the fact that I don't think the pandemic caused people to get divorced. It's the reality of this is who you really are. They tell you before you even get in a relationship with anyone, look out for the red flags, man. Stop it. We want to think we can help and save everybody. We think
what they don't tell you.
What's that?
Know thyself.
Know that. Well, they tell you. We just don't want to participate in that.
Oh, I ain't never been married, so I thought they tell you.
Because for me, like me personally, I was okay with being single. Being married and having kids was not in my plans at all. You see what I'm saying? It took me 2 hours to realize that my wife was even coming on to me. You see what I'm saying? I was a butthole. So I'm like what? I could be a plus one. Everybody got just get a plane ticket, fly out. What you talking about? Know what I'm saying? Like, when the pandemic had people sit down and really realize, oh, I really wasn't ready for this. They may call it divorce.
Because I didn't fully understand myself.
I didn't fully understand. I tell people the best thing you can do while you're single is hang out by yourself. Every time you see me when I was single, I was by myself. When you single, travel, do all you want to do. And I don't say this as a cliche. I said because that way you're supposed to experiment. You're supposed love will take your life. You're supposed to do a little cocaine. You want to try do a little cocaine. Okay. All right, you done tried it. Okay. Now if you get hooked, okay, that's a whole another bag of worms. Now you gotta close that door. Okay, like for me, it was alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Man, I love my alcohol, but then quickly realized after getting in and out of jail, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I don't need to do this. You see what I'm saying? Now think about me bringing that into a marriage, I ain't gonna talk about marriage, bring that into another individual life, and that individual got their own baggage, right? And then she had a little individual already with her. So now I'm about to destroy 3 different lives. You see what I'm saying? And then A was on the way. So that 4 lives I'm about to destroy. Because, man, let me tell you something. When I was on it. You see what I'm saying?
Me too. Fifth a day.
Yep.
But I came to the realization, shit don't matter.
Yep.
That's me. That's my ego in this emotions and shit.
Mm-hmm.
About shit.
Trying to cope.
This ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
Man, fuck that, man. You better do what you gonna do while you here.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're gonna find yourself. I found myself stuck and didn't know I was stuck.
Correct.
It's like when you go to church and get saved,
and
you keep going to church because that's where you had your aha moment. You ain't having no more aha moments now. You just going to church. And then I got stuck. Boom! I had the aha moment. I did what I said I was gonna do, and just kept doing this. I didn't evolve.
And that's and even the top them all 3 together, knowing thyself, and then like for the example getting saved, and then because so many people make this mistake because I think I told you this. Cause I did that. I had the my aha moment was in DUI school. Left DUI school, and then like the next week I had a friend who invited me to their church, joined the church, and then said, well, Lord, I'm here now, so I ain't got to do nothing now. God was like, what you talking about, man? You on 2 years of probation, you got to go back to jail, you got to pay default. You know what I'm saying? So we get there and we forget that, hey man, okay, because you got to keep in mind, now you done stop drinking, now you got to replace that time. You got to fill that void, got to fill that space with something. You know what I'm saying? So what I did, I went from clubbing and partying in at the bar and just started hanging out at the bookstore. And while I'm at the bookstore, okay, let me read, because I'm in a bookstore, so I can read whatever I want to read. You know what I'm saying? So I started replacing that time. But what people end up doing is they think they can go to a church, they can go to these meetings, they can go to counseling, they can go all these places, right? And say, well, I'm gonna sit here and then I'm gonna let them talk to me. But you gotta put the work in though. You got to do that. You got to want better for you. I
got stuck in the moment. Mm-hmm. So I just kept trying to relive the moment.
Yep.
Just like with drugs, you get that first high.
Yep.
And you ain't necessarily addicted to the drug. You addicted to that moment. Mm-hmm. But you can't never be a virgin again.
Never.
But that don't register. It's like,
because you in that moment.
And before you know it, 5 years go by.
Good time fly.
And you ain't put in no work because you just been trying to recreate this moment.
We do with everything.
And then you find yourself in a space where that's all you good for. You got stuck right there. You ever seen some of the older cat players?
Yep.
Like they got stuck in 75?
Yep.
I got stuck in 2000.
Yep. I mean, we know people got stuck in the 90s.
I got stuck in 2000.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was the era that I was like, bam, I got it. But I didn't try to go get nothing else. I just kept trying to relive that over and over
again.
And so it's like staying a child.
Yep, correct.
And I was comfortable with that because I ain't got no kids and shit.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you have individuals around you that, pretty much that not condone, but pretty much didn't require anything from you?
I had a lot of crutches.
Yeah. Because that's also what keep you in that space.
And I also had resentment for people around me that'll tell me, well, if it ain't worked by now, man, that made me say, you know what? Fuck you. This is what I want to do.
Yep.
Which was right, but at the same time, they saying that, but they ain't got no alternative for me. That's attractive to me.
Yep.
So, fucking you talking about?
Because they can't offer you now.
As far as I'm concerned, you mad because you stuck in your situation. You wish you could just be free and do what I do. No, I don't got all what you got, but you can't enjoy it because you got to go keep trying to keep it up.
Yep.
So I don't require all that for my. I don't want to say happiness, but for my being, I don't require all that. You know,
for that moment, for that time capsule you were in.
That should be cool for the moment. Like when these women marry these millionaires.
Yeah.
And that's what they married him for, because he's rich. And then they end up just sitting up in the mansion all the time. You know, how much shopping can you do?
How much shopping?
So you got all that, but it's like get old quick.
Correct. I mean, even on base level, like, you know, we'll look at the outer person first. Like, man, I mean, they gotta be attractive, but like, okay, we'll look at that first. That'd be the main thing. We like, okay, she beautiful. Yeah, she did. Oh, he handsome. He this. But then we don't never look the inner. See, but when you learn to get along by yourself, and you learn how to be comfortable within your own self, you start looking at that.
I've been struggling with channeling souls.
Yep.
Because I know that there's some of you niggas ain't even got no soul. So I don't even know why the fuck I be talking to niggas, trying to tap into their soul and get them to see and understand what I see and understand. Like, this motherfucker ain't got a soul. And it's people, look, non-black people who have souls.
Yep.
But you get caught in the race shit, then you miss that.
That's it. Every time.
I'm trying to get better at channeling that, because doing what I'm doing right now, I got to deal with people. This is all about dealing with people, which is the opposite of what I really want to do, which is not a goddamn thing. But that ain't how this system works. So to operate in this system, I got to deal with motherfuckers.
Yep.
So I got to cut off the emotion shit, the ego shit. All that got to go out the window. But I got to pretend that I give a fuck for this shit to work.
Correct. But
I got to not give a fuck for it to work. Because I got to dedicate myself and sacrifice something. And if it's something that you don't care about, then it's not a sacrifice.
Correct.
So it's something that I give a fuck about, that I gotta not give a fuck about it right now to get it done.
My phrase, my go-to phrase is always, man, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
People,
I used to say that a lot.
When they hear it, they're like, oh, he don't care about nothing. No. It ain't that. What I'm saying is, like, what you telling me right now ain't gonna help me, ain't gonna edify, ain't gonna benefit, ain't gonna do nothing. All they're gonna do is either try to get me to worry, get me to overthink something, because I'm an overthinker already.
Me too.
Gonna try and put me in a space where I ain't even trying to be in that space. So when I say I don't care about something, or I don't care about what we're talking about, that means what you talking about ain't relevant. It ain't enough for me to take time out of my thought process. I can't do nothing with it. You know?
I can't use it.
Can't use it at all. And so yeah, people.
You know, Dick Grayson
just
said
weird.
shit one time. A nigga asked that nigga, because you know he got information from people in the government.
Yep.
So he being interviewed, and the dude asked him, well, if you don't mind, I'll ask you a question about, is Michelle Obama a man? And you know he went off like he go off. Oh, what, nigga?
Yep.
Fuck is you?
Yep.
So basically, he ended up telling the nigga like, I don't know. If I do, well, it don't matter. Like, what is that doing to progress anything? That's gossip, man. That's what he said.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what?
Yep.
It is gossip.
Yep.
But at the same token, if that's a goddamn man, I want to know how far I've been fooled. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So
I got you.
It is gossip. But at the same token, if it's 4 Joe Bidens and 4 Trumps that we've been looking at, I feel like somebody trying to touch on my booty.
But you ain't, it's supposed to appeal, like all that stuff right there. It's like, even like how you say you want to talk about like the basic rap stuff, right? All that stuff, because that it appeals to the basic level,
and the majority are at a certain level. So for me to get my numbers up, I'm gonna have to snort some cocaine on this count, so I can go viral. But at the same token, I got all these people looking at me, and then when they watch it, this shit ain't for them. So what did I go get all them people to watch me for?
What you really got that good shaking
so
booty
I won't
right
be
here
snoring
for?
cocaine.
Yeah, look, what you got that good shaking that booty right here for? Get the jumps up, get the likes up. Yeah,
you know,
man.
I get the likes up, and niggas get to watching, and then I get the goddamn talking about some shit they don't give a fuck about.
Yep. Or you get to talk about something that's right up their alley. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't found myself several times in here while you was talking about something like, okay, yeah, that me right there. I gotta do better right there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's when you're having a legit conversation that's going to edify and benefit the individual, and it's almost, I can compare this even to ministry, or it's so in ministry, when a preacher gets up in the pulpit or whoever's going forth, the point of the word is to not come and tell you something good to hear. The point of the word is so that you sitting out there, you may not be going through it at that time, or you may not be experiencing it at that time, but it's something that you can apply later, or you're currently going through it at that time, so it's like, I need to work on this about myself. So the same thing with when you're talking going forward, you know what I'm saying? You'll say something, and I'll be like, you know what? I need to work on that. Or you know what? I never thought of that.
Let's address the elephant in the room, which is, why do I want to call this shit the elephant in the room?
Hey.
And what is the elephant in the room? Well, I really think I got some interesting perspectives on shit. I'm not trying to get motherfuckers to agree with me or follow me don't follow me. Don't follow nobody.
Correct.
Like if we walking together, we going in the same. We ain't following each other. We walking together. I'm just looking in the direction that you ain't, and I'm just tapping niggas on the shoulder like, hey, look over there. Can you see over there? You know, basically to get people to think. You know, because once people think, you know, sometimes the questions they got there, answer them they got themselves. Well, they'll say, oh, this conspiracy theories, then they get to talking, and then it'll come out their own mouth. God damn it. So, the elephant in the room is you, me.
Yep.
Being open-minded, thinking, and not being, okay, nigga told me this shit last night. He said he played Little League baseball. And I think the team was sponsored by Kenny Rogers or some shit.
Yeah.
So he said he got to go to Holyfield house to lunch or dinner or some shit. They sit at the big ass table with a whole bunch of people. Say goddamn all the wrestlers were there. Sting and Hulk Hogan and shit.
Oh, man.
And Ric Flair. And he said it blew his mind because he loved wrestling. But he thought these niggas supposed to be beefing. And it fucked him up. Because he a kid, he thought that shit was real. And I say that to say this. Make sure what you watching on that motherfucking TV is what you think you looking at. Because I'm not going to go back and forth with a motherfucker if they watching their TV and that's what they banking on. Because I understand something different, so me and you can't go back and forth about that at all. You absolutely fucking right. You saw it on TV, you saw it on the news, and I can't tell you no different. But are you willing to listen to my perspective? You know?
Yep.
And niggas ain't trying to hear shit that if you ain't telling them what they want to hear, you ain't talking about shit.
I mean, that's but you know what? That's the world, though. That's the world. And it ain't necessarily like just like telling them something they don't want to hear, right? It's at this point, on a mass scale, it's saying something that's different from what they're saying, right? So
or is it? You know, sometimes the way you say shit, they don't catch it. But it be the same shit that they, you know what I'm saying?
They go down the road and somebody say the same thing to them.
They say it different. Or dress it up.
Yeah.
Or it come from a different motherfucker.
Yep. That's
because it's all about who got the influence. If I had the business and the bitches, niggas would watch this show all day. Now, whether they take the information and research some shit, you know, is on them. But they still gonna tune in for the business and the bitches.
Yep.
As soon as I make some money off of this shit, I'm going to get some business and bitches for y'all. But right now, you know,
that's crazy because it happens all the time. Because you will tell somebody something, right, and they maybe somebody close to you like, hey man, I don't do that. And they're like, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Then somebody else down the line, down the road, be like, nah, you mean I want to do that? Oh, you're right. But in your head, see, usually with me, because I do that. But what happened to me, my ego get in the way. That pride come out like, I just told you the exact same thing. But you didn't hear me, but you heard him.
I was just waiting for you to get through talking. I wasn't listening to you. I always know you to get through talking.
I'm saying? I ain't heard niggas say it.
Nothing. You ain't saying what I want to hear.
Yep.
If I am listening, I'm listening to hear what I want to hear. Cause you will tell somebody something, and they can take it a totally different way.
Happens all the time.
Cause they heard what they wanted, motherfucker. Hear. They ain't hear what you said. Like,
yep. They hear nothing. Oh, he just said I can't do it. What? No, I ain't what I said. All I said was need playing better. That ain't what you said.
That's what you heard.
That's what you heard. You can't get mad at them like, okay, that's what you heard, but that ain't what I said. Then come back a day later. You know what, man? I was talking to Sessa. They said I need to plan this out a little bit better. Oh, they did they? Repeat everything you done said to them right back to you.
Or they just don't want to tell you that they heard you. Or they heard you when they got in their place. Something happened and your voice is in them. Oh shit, he told me that shit. And they don't want to say I told you. They don't want to hear I told you something. But it's just like this shit we going through. I had a bet with my cousin. He got a barber shop. I said we was on the phone that he was panicking like, man, cause I don't know what I'm gonna do. This shit crazy, bro. I can't move and this and that. I like, check this out, cause from the way I see this shit, you'll be back working in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether this shit is real or not, they lying about shit, and I can prove that they lying. I can't prove whether the shit real or not.
Correct.
But what I can prove is they lying about shit. So if you listen to them, cause
they doing a little sauce on
you
it.
don't just take a minute to listen to me. You'll be working in a minute. So I bet him. I ain't gonna say what we bet because he still don't want to pay because he said I was halfway right. So
they told him they still have the money though.
Or whatever we bet.
They still have, you know what I'm saying? That's half of it.
It's something.
Yep.
But I was mostly right because I think where he got technical with the timing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I was telling like, have you, since you watch the news and shit, nigga, you own a barbershop, y'all have these conversations.
Correct.
Nobody sat back and said, why every time the president or one of them niggas speaking, they ain't in the White House or it's green screen? Can he go in the White House? Is he the president? Is this WWF, nigga? Am I gonna go to lunch one day and the niggas at war gonna be sitting down slapping down? It's gonna blow my mind like Hulk Hogan them did.
Yep.
And the program so deep, you can't tell people that this is all cinema.
Yeah. I mean, now it's starting to feel like it, right?
Well, it's blatant now because it's like they don't give a fuck no more. I seen the nigga hand go through a microphone when he was talking. I'm like, they ain't even trying to fix it or nothing. Like,
but you know what that is? We're in the world now. Once upon a time, the generations used to plan for generations.
Right. It
Like
ain't
that,
for us.
It ain't.
They set it up for that.
So now they're planning. It's more planned like more personal, right? So I'm planning like from the founding fathers of the United States, they plan for the generation. That's how you got this.
I'm finna say something that motherfuckers don't want to hear.
That's how you got the construct we in now, because they did a generation plan.
Yeah.
Right. But now you ain't getting the generation plan. Now you got that. Well, I'm just gonna plan just for me and make sure my group is good. That's what we're getting now. That's why you got these little agendas in there.
And I'm gonna add value to this generation thing because, like the crypto, we ain't using it like that right now. But they tried it out for a reason, right?
Correct.
For the generations. So it ain't for us to understand.
Correct.
Cause this what everybody don't want to goddamn face. In 100 years from now, nobody alive now will be alive then.
Correct.
Nobody. Everybody on this planet will be dead. So it gotta be generational. Like the crypto. It's not for us to understand, it's for your grandkids to understand.
Correct.
Because as far as I can see, it's complicated to me.
Yeah, but think about it, you'll be problematic though for the code. You'll be problematic. Why would you be problematic? Because you remember. I do it like this. You remember the telephone when it had a cord. You remember the telephone was still in the house, had a landline, but it was cordless. And you remember when the telephone became mobile in the car, it still had a cord. You know what I'm saying? Like, you remember all of that,
The steps.
right? The steps, correct? So just imagine, so now you remember cash. No, you remember barter system. You remember cash and barter system. You remember open up a bank account. Like, you remember the steps to everything. How many people you know that carry cash now? Right?
You can't even get your money out the bank.
Can't get your money out the bank. They don't went back to charging. Remember when ATMs first hit? See, once again, when ATM first hit, everywhere you went charged you a fee to use your card. So
Right.
You want cash back. Everybody then remember they went through a time period where If you would use a different ATM from your bank, they charge you. But if you 9 to 10, if you went in the store, hey, I just need to get $10 back, they didn't charge you. Now you go in the store now, they back to charge you
50 cents.
50 cents. Anybody using cash like that, man? You ain't get.
So by taxing it is kind of like pointing the gun at you, saying, "Hey, keep on using it if you want to.
Yeah,
you better you."
Think about it. It's more of a hassle for me to give you cash.
Yeah, that's why we're gonna force you to use the card, man.
Mm-hmm. It's more of a hassle for me.
And if everybody used the card, somebody threw it back at me about the nanotechnology in the VC possibly, and they had a good point. Like they already tracking you, right?
Correct.
Just like why would you take the VC? You been getting poisoned your whole life. Like
yep.
You worried about
you poison yourself. Yep.
Okay. If it's nanoparticles in there that's gonna spread out and connect with you, you are the card.
Correct.
So everything you go to work, boom, they download it. Basically, what I think I understand is they trying to make humans connected to the web. That way, the narrative is controlled from day one. Just like when you Bluetooth, you just whoop, or you download something, whoop. You go to work Friday, your worth will be downloaded, and you go to the store.
The terms of the agreement, yep.
You can't get nobody no money. Now I don't know they're gonna make it where we can slap down. Hey, they're gonna 10 on you, or do we gotta pay them to send you a download?
You seen those Amazon stores that pop up in certain spots?
Yeah,
where you just walk in
and put your shit in the basket and they scan.
No, they scan you. I think it's either phone or through something of that nature where it's no cash, no nothing. You just walk in, boom, 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 and you walk back out.
What they scanning with?
I want to say it's the phone right now. That's what I want to say. I'm not sure. It's been a minute, but
well, from my understanding, if this technology is with the nano things and they connect you to the web, that's where the 6 feet apart shit come from. Because the 5G can't pick it up if we standing too close, because it'll look like one person.
But think about it, you're already connected. You just connect with the external drive.
So that's what the thing is about. Is what I'm saying.
So now you just about to look.
This is my factual opinion,
right? Look, now you just about to upgrade the software.
Yeah, I'm totally leaking in.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at people taking vaccine, the VC, and they still getting sick.
Correct.
And they telling you that you may never get fully where you won't get it, but people still taking it.
Yeah.
And I think it's really, what if it's a placebo, and they ain't giving people nothing?
Correct.
They just IDing you.
I mean,
when you get your thing saying that you been VC, then that let them know how many people on board to get downloads. So how many more people? And so they keeping track of the numbers of stuff they using.
Yeah.
I just saw it before I came here. This many people have been and this many ain't, and they running out of people that want to do it. And I'm like, what about my body, my choice, and don't worry about if I get it or not. Like,
see, that's what you
what's
run
the
into
pressure?
now. That's what you run into now.
So the pressure is the same reason the crypto ain't all the way in full effect, is because the people ain't all the way downloaded. So we got to get everybody linked into the web, into the cloud. We got the 5G things up. That's why we shut everything down, so we can put it in the bigger places and try them out in the Yankee Stadium when we go cashless.
Yeah.
Am I connecting too many dots?
Yeah. Essentially, that's just a basic level, right? There's no conspiracy to it. That's
That's
just numbers.
These are facts.
These are numbers. You know what I'm saying?
This is
just accounting.
And so if I'm a person that don't want to get on the cloud, do that make me a criminal? Because that's what's going on in China. Everybody linked in to the thing. Your credit, if it's low, it's crime. You're gonna get in trouble. But if I ain't on the cloud, I can't have no money. So how am I surviving in this system without being on the cloud?
Come on.
I'm analog.
Yep. And that's why I said before, you be problematic.
I'm gonna die.
Yep. No, I don't think you won't die because you got to come out. You know too much.
I'm talking about I'll die from not being able to survive. Yeah. I can't buy shit.
But you got to come out. But what makes you problematic is that you know the history. So you'll be just fine. It'll feel like you won't, but you'll be.
I'm saying if they cut everything off now and say everybody who got the VC good, you on the cloud.
Yeah.
So we'll download your shit. Everybody else who didn't get it, you ain't gonna be able to buy shit.
Yeah. But you know too much. See, that's what I'm saying. Like for those of us who know what was and what is, you'll know.
I'm gonna have to apply some of this knowledge and eat.
Yep.
And what if you'll get in trouble for buying me something to eat?
Well, I ain't on the cloud either.
I'm saying you on the cloud. You the cloud person will get in trouble for dealing with me. Anything got to do with commerce, all that.
Yeah. So then, in comparison to, what would that be compared to?
What you mean?
So essentially, we talking about. I want to buy some weed in an illegal state, in a state that hasn't made it legal, right?
It's outlaw.
Outlaw.
Right.
Historically speaking, we've always had outlaws.
Right.
The way America.
What they gonna do? What they gonna do with the outlaws?
America is an outlaw.
Yeah, we learned it from America.
We learned that from America.
So when these people don't want to get on the cloud, what we going in FEMA camps and shit? I mean, what they gonna do? They, like,
think about it though. I mean, think about it. Like, you still gonna have. There's still gonna be those.
I'm gonna say this. Like I said a few minutes ago, 100 years from now, we gonna be dead anyway.
Correct. Now that's where
all the babies on the cloud.
Because we don't now. We're problematic because we know we apply what we know. Like my kids, right? They don't know what I know, and when I try to teach it,
all the kids when they born get put on the cloud.
That's what I'm saying though. So this
from now on, and then 100 years from now, everybody's on the cloud. So where are the outlaws then?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. So if we don't teach them to say, hey, nah.
So that's why they're trying to kill us so quick.
Think about it.
I've been trying to figure this out.
You are part of a forgotten generation. Think about it. Really think about it. Like, we 2000, I say 99, 2000, right? You got your, like, I'm about to do all this stuff. What was the main thing you heard from those around you? Like, nah, you can't do it. Nah, they ain't gonna work, man. Ain't no money in that. You remember that?
Yeah.
They killed it quick. Killed every vision, everything. Now you can't do it again. So we had to work even harder just to get our visions even out. Know what I'm saying? And then even when you got them out, you still kept hitting blocks. Because why? Because wait a minute, that don't feel right. They don't feel like I need to do this. I need to do something like this. I need to do something that's gonna benefit. They killed us quick, man. We are a forgotten generation.
I was wondering. Remember I asked E on the show. I was like, so what is their end game? And he said control.
Yep. And
I really, I had to let that cook because I'm like, I know that.
Yeah.
But why?
Think about it.
So nobody asks why. Ain't no why. It's always they just trying to control everything and kill this many people. They not doing it just for that.
Correct.
Who has control for the sake of control? No one. It's something. Why do they want control?
Why do they want your resources? Why why when I lost my job or I got fired. When I got fired, I'll say I got fired. When I got fired, I went down to and this is not a knock on the job fairs or whatnot.
Man, fuck them now.
I was like, yeah, man, forget that. But I went down there with my resume, and because I was going down there because I came from a profession. I was IT. I was an IT professional. And so when I went down there, all the jobs that were there, not knocking the jobs that were there at all, but all the jobs that were there were more labor, more machines, more forklift drive, more of all that. And I throw a little sauce on top of that. But there was nothing in my profession down there. Everything was, hey, you gonna go McDonald's, hey, you can go to Poach, you gonna
right.
do it was no professional. None,
no
I mean, you can make those careers. Not once
turn them into them. Yeah.
You can turn them into them.
Yeah,
Not good.
like
But what I'm saying, like
that.
for my profession, well, what I was looking for, there was nothing down there like that, right? And I remember, and this is gonna be the sauce on top of that. My old manager told me, he's a programmer. He said, you know what, Eugene, I could design a program to do everybody's job in here. What are you gonna do one day you show up even to McDonald's, and that's already in the process. You show up McDonald's and they be like, all we need for you to do, we only need one of y'all, and all y'all gotta do is just make sure the hit restart the machine every now and again. At this time you reset it, reboot. That's all you gotta do. And all you gotta do is come over here and just change these ribbons out, whatever the case may be.
If some break, fix it.
We don't need 20 y'all, we just need 2. And I tell you gotta get into technology. If you don't understand technology, and it's gonna go back to desktop support. It's gonna go back to you gonna have to know like the technical stuff, how to take it apart, how to put it together. We don't want to do that no more. Everybody wants to code. Nothing wrong with that. Code, cool. But you still need to know how to take the machine apart. You still know the program, know the Linux, know the PowerShell, know the Python, know all that stuff, because it's gonna come a day.
Yeah, it's gonna be 100 years from now.
You're gonna walk in.
But everybody gonna be on the cloud. So all they gonna have to do is upload.
Think about it, because everybody wants to be glamorous now.
They can't control your intellectual property.
Correct.
But if they get inside you, because I heard some creepy shit about a couple of deaths and how they died and what they did with the bodies and brains and shit. I ain't gonna get that deep into that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, keep in mind we're talking about people who's had years of researching you, researching one group of people, and so if they research one group of people, you can't fool ourselves think they then research the whole line of human race. Know what I'm saying?
that's the whole reason they be wanting the DNA and shit.
Come on, man. Come on.
And I'm a, cause we talking technology here.
Yeah.
So you seen the robot dogs, right?
Mm-hmm. I'd be one better. You seen the robot woman?
Yeah, but I'm talking about for the
dog.
police.
Yeah.
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 They say the thing do all kind of things.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying though.
What if they keep?
Somebody just said Eugene lit up when he said.
What if?
Chill out, man. Chill out.
What if you being shown all these images back to back of this trauma, so that everybody can see and say, maybe it ain't a good idea for everybody to be an officer of the law, because they got feelings. They have to judge situations, and everybody ain't necessarily good at that. The things happen like
you own some, but
like people dying.
Yep.
So maybe we just gonna let the dogs and the drones police everything. Ain't no, I'm gonna let you buy this time because you was only 5 miles over. So here's a warning. No, you was over. Your ticket got downloaded. Boom. So there is no human police officers to have contact with, and now they bring in the AI, and you can't do nothing.
And your car is automatic. Your car is the Tesla. It can drive itself. Shut it down.
So what if all this trauma we being showed?
Hold up. Sidebar. You don't believe that real? Go get a car from a dealership where you gonna make that payment. They can shut that thing down. Okay.
They know that. Cough now.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying.
Cough
You know
now.
what I'm saying? You know, somebody be like, man, they can't do that. Don't make your payment.
Oh, I seen it a million
You know what I'm
times.
saying? That happened to me. Yes.
Just like on our robot, when their
Yep.
robot wouldn't let that lady out the house for her own safety.
On safety, yep.
So they started doing that, and you can't do nothing,
Mm-hmm.
but you keep seeing all this trauma, and we emotional people, we want to march and cry and shit.
See, I can do one better though.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
We gonna ask to defund the police.
Mm-hmm.
Because they already defunded some police places.
Correct.
And putting it into tech.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what tech they put into? Some of them dogs.
Yep.
And they doing it at MIT.
Mm-hmm.
And in Boston is where some of the first
Made the testing.
utilization of them dogs. So they testing it now. They using it now.
Yep.
And they gonna Sleepy Joe gonna keep signing papers and that thing, you know, they gonna be like, well, y'all said defund the police. When did we get to talk about that? I mean, I just signed the bill since y'all was already crying about George
correct.
Floyd.
Correct. I'm trying to help y'all out. This for the you. And you gotta keep in mind, my wife is like, why? Cause you know, tech. I love tech. So why don't you make the house fully tech, where you got the door locked, you got the thermostat set, everything tech. I said, look at that. That's too much. That's too much.
Because if somebody hit the button, I'm locked in here.
Somebody hit the button, I'm locked in here. Or they can get on my network and do whatever they want. Because all that stuff has Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
They can
And
do
if
whatever
I'm
they
locked
want.
into the cloud, they can just shut my whole shit down
They can
anyway.
shut you down. It happens all the time. It happened in Jackson County a while back. They locked the whole. It's called doggone it. It's when you have to get a key, so they lock your whole system down. So let's say like you haven't updated the password, you haven't kept everything up to date as far as like for your servers, right? So somebody get in there, they find the way in, they shut everything down, they lock you out and say, hey, to get back in, you have to pay this such amount of money. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but people think this is far fetched. It ain't far fetched.
But see, that's why I know I'm pulling my arm out, like Black Dot say,
Yeah.
and reaching. But if it's nanotechnology in the VC, that could very well be connected to the cloud and the 5G and shit, and could very well be, if you don't do what they say, just turn the shit off.
Just turn them off.
Turn your whole. Do that to you, make you sick, just take your money. You see how they do the celebrities? I think they got like 80 million from Cat Williams or some shit. And you know why they do that? Like they got it set up where all your money is in the bank when you get these deals and shit. So these niggas really don't have no money. They could just get shit. They get the jewelry, the cars, and the houses, but they can't go get their money and do shit. And when you start doing that shit, Cat Williams accountants is the ones who stole his money, and they didn't do nothing to him about it because it's them punishing him.
The bank stole our money, and they got a bailout.
Man, everybody steal our money.
Everybody stole our money.
So,
everybody.
but they don't do nothing to these people.
But you bet I steal no money.
I can't. What? I better not steal a meme.
Right.
Flag. I stole this meme off Facebook. I can't steal shit.
Right. Because we didn't architect the system.
We don't control the narrative.
We don't control the narrative.
And that's basically my message today. We got to figure out how to control the narrative and know thyself, so we'll know what narrative we want to produce. Cause looking at that TV, hey man, and the internet ain't far from it. But the main media shit, you know, they monopolize that. So
Yep.
we it's more of us than it is them. So if we can collectively say we not supporting the narrative, that's a start.
Yeah. But I mean, I think we spoke about it. We literally would just have to stop participating.
Yeah.
If you don't like the game, you gotta stop
And that's a
participating.
start.
That's a start.
That's a start.
And we have to do it as a whole, as a mass.
Yeah, across the globe.
Across the globe, we have to say like, nah, we just gonna go back to our local communities. Cause I mean,
that's how we start.
That's a
But
start,
everybody got to do it around the
everybody
world.
gotta do it around the world.
Because it's more of us than it is them.
Yep. Everybody
And
do it
they
around the world.
ain't no need to killing all us off. Because then what? They ain't gonna have shit to do.
They ain't gonna have no workers.
So but you want to tell them about anything you got going on?
Just BlackNerdNinja, BlackNerdNinja.com, Go Ninja Go, Indie Boxcart Media, IndieBoxcart.media. That's it.
I just want to say, whoever fucking with this shit, man, whoever my little 50 subscribers is, shit, man, appreciate it, man. And I just want everybody to know, trust me, I'm lying. Peace.
Hit 'em with the shango, ain't finna tango. Nakus in the flesh, you got me confused with Ados. Dawn is the light, God shine like Mako, cause the universe say so, not the laws of the Anglo. Gold horns on my halo, demigods on my payroll. Black tea, no dashiki, and my jury come from Cairo. Holy fire blazing, wine tasting the libations, lower vibrations, feeling the God through my game. Cosmic cocaine, crystallization, supply patience. COD, I got an issue with my patience. GOD, my first eye is dilating from psychedelic shrooms like boom, the sky painted. Created and I fade to black like I faded. Time really don't exist, it's always not, ain't it? So maybe all this new shit we doing is really ancient. Through a reality, God created Christ and Satan.
Why need a problem with you? I keep a problem with me. I ain't really caught up on sides. Just let me ride my city seat.